Alright, hello everybody. My name is Cassandra. I'm here to kind of just record my whole progress with my pregnancy. I just found out I was pregnant last week, and this is likely going to be my first and only, hopefully, pregnancy, so I just wanted to record it. So, just to give you a little introduction, my name is Cassandra. I'm married to my husband Josh, and about maybe 5 years ago, we found out that my husband has a pretty debilitating disease called Behçet's disease. It affects pretty much his digestive system, his skin, his joints, stuff like that. But basically, once we found out he had that, he wasn't doing very well. We were very scared, but when we got the diagnosis and they put him on medication, he started to do better after like a year of being on meds. And then we finally decided, since he's approaching 40, that if we're going to have a kid, we should do it soon. And that's when we went on the journey, basically, to quit all of the medicine, basically. So we researched everything. We talked to doctors. He has like, I don't know, 5 to 8 doctors that we visit, so we talk to them about it to seek their opinions and their advice. And basically, the safest thing is to go off all medication. So he went off all medication, and we wanted to do that for at least 3 months to get everything out of his system. We even went to a fertility doctor. We got him tested, and the results, surprisingly, he was even still on the medication when he took the test. He passed with flying colors. Everything was great. Sperm counts were very high. He was above average on all the 3 marks. I think they did the quantity, like the mobility of it, and then something else. I don't remember. But basically, all 3, he passed with flying colors. So we were grateful for that. Anyway, we still wanted to be safe. We quit meds for 3 months, and then we started trying. We were trying for about 7 months before we found out this was our 7th cycle. It was pretty frustrating because at first it was fine, but every month that went by, it was really emotional because each month that passed, he started to get worse. His health declined a little bit each time. It was awful. So I felt an enormous amount of guilt. Every month that passed, I was like, oh, he needs to get back on his medication. What are we doing? He's getting worse. It was very, very frustrating. Lots of tears. The past 3 months have probably been the worst because after going off the pill, I got all PMSy, emotional. This whole journey has been emotional. And then he's not on his medication, so he was really irritable, low patience. So we just fought all the time. And finally, I almost had it. I told him I wanted to go back on birth control. He didn't want me to at the time. He said he felt like he's already gone this far. He wants to see, how much further he can go. He's already suffered. So we decided, okay, we took a break for my birthday month, October. We took a break. We went on vacation. We did lots of fun things. We had a great time. We were healing from all of that mess and that drama. And then November comes along, 7th month. We pretty much gave up, but we were trying anyway, again. And basically, this was the first month. I wasn't really doing much. The only thing I really did do was I have that little app. So I kind of knew around the time I ovulated, but this time I didn't do my temperature. I didn't do that. But I did try to do the ovulation kit. And for the first time ever, I got a smiley face. Like, usually I never did. But this time we weren't trying, so we actually only baby danced like 3 times this whole month. And when I got the smiley face, I was so excited, like, yes, I'm normal, hopefully there's nothing wrong with me. My husband had a really, really bad flare, so we were not able to baby dance. And, I told myself, it's fine, he can't force himself, we'll just try again next month. We decided we were going to probably keep trying until February. That would be the year mark, and that's when we wanted him to go back on meds. So I was like, well, we still have a couple months. We'll do it again next month. But, lo and behold, after that smiley face, started having weird things happen that normally don't happen. I'm very attuned with my body. I use the app, so like I'm always tracking my symptoms. But this time, basically one day past ovulation, I had a really weird sensation in my left nipple. I told my husband it's weird. It like hurts or burns or tingles. Like it's a weird feeling. That was weird, but it was only like one day past, something like that. And I was like, okay, ignore that. That's probably nothing. And then like 4 to 6 days passed. I had like a constant like soreness in my left ovary area. It was constant, and usually cycles before I would only have pain like right around ovulation, and then it would quit and go away. But this just kept staying, and I'm like, why is there a constant soreness? So that was a little different, but I still didn't think I was pregnant at that point. I was like, just weird. And then 6 days passed. So 6 days passed, I started having dreams of my mom. Really, really horrible nightmares, her passing away, getting in accidents, stuff like that. And then I had dreams that we were fighting. I kept having mom dreams, and it's rare that I really dream of my parents, I would say, especially my mom. So to have it 2 nights in a row I thought was strange. And then I had a dream of like weird oily, dirty feet. It was so vivid. I remember feeling so gross. I'm like, why am I walking around the city without shoes? Like, just weird stuff like that happened. I still didn't think I was pregnant, though, because I am a very vivid dreamer anyway, always dreaming crazy stuff. So I didn't really think anything of that either. But the first time I thought, okay, now something might be up, was 8 days past ovulation. I was at work while I was working on a patient. I'm at work, so I know right now I'm focused on my job. I'm not really thinking about symptoms, so I'm not like overthinking anything. And while I was working on a patient, I had like this weird pulling sensation or tugging or stretching. I don't know, it felt like something was in there. And I was like, that is weird. And like it kept happening, like a movement, like down in like my uterus. It was the strangest feeling ever. It was mostly on my left side too. Everything's been happening on my left side. It was weird. So that's at the moment I was like, okay, that might be something. And I think that morning too, I woke up with slight nausea, nothing major though. And then, I told my husband about it, and that was weird. And then 9 days past happens. And I felt the pulling, I think maybe once more, but nothing like major. But at work, I went to the bathroom, I think 2 or 3 times. And for me, that's a big deal. I'm a hygienist, so when I'm working on patients, I do not like to be behind, so oftentimes I'll neglect my own self, and I will not go to the bathroom, I won't eat. I just want to be on time with my patients. I don't want to run behind. I know it's horrible. But so anyway, when I went like 2 or 3 times, I was like, that's like huge for me. Like, why am I peeing? And when I got home, I had to use the restroom again. And I haven't been drinking extra or anything like that. And then like 5-10 minutes later, I had to go again. I was like, okay, I think I'm getting a UTI. But the weird thing was, every time I went to the bathroom, it didn't hurt and it didn't sting, and a lot came out. I'm like, I'm not drinking anything. How is this much coming out of me? And it was very clear. It wasn't yellow at all. It was so strange. So I started freaking out, and I think that is the moment that I knew that I was pregnant. I was like, I have to be pregnant. All these weird things, the peeing, and I got really excited kind of deep down, but then I started getting paranoid. I'm like, well, what if this is the start of a UTI, and I don't want to have a UTI? And I got paranoid, and I kept trying to research stuff online if it was okay to take azo cranberry pills for that, because usually when I get them, I'll take that. But it's been like a year or more since I've had one, but I still had some stocked away. So I ended up taking one, and then I still kept peeing. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm still peeing. So I took another one, and I think I don't know if it helped or what, but it was weird, and I was like, well, hopefully, if I am pregnant, hopefully that's okay that I took it, but I don't know. I was just so freaked out. And then the next day, 10 days passed. I was depressed, and I failed to mention it, 9 days, when all this was happening, I think that is when I finally took a test, and I think it was at nighttime. Yes, it was at nighttime. My husband fell asleep in the computer room, and I was like, I was on my little Trying to Conceive website, and I kept seeing all these people getting positives like at 9 days, and I was like, I'm having the symptoms. I'm going to go test. So I went and I tested, and it was completely negative. I was a little upset, but not too upset. I was like, it's still early. Things can happen. The next day, 10 days passed. I was very depressed that day, emotional. I was driving like a maniac. I'm usually a very good passive driver. I don't really care what other people do. just usually chill, but when I got off work that day, I was just really irritable. I had a horrible day. I was just like, ugh. And I was actually on the phone on my Bluetooth with my husband, and during the time, like, he heard all this honking and stuff. He's like, what's going on? I was like, oh, I just cut someone off, and they honked at me. He's like, well, you what? Why did you do that? I was like, I don't know. They were just driving slow, and they didn't have their blinker on. So, I mean, it really wasn't a huge big deal, but I didn't care that I made them upset. Usually I would be like, oh, sorry, or something, but I was just like, whatever, I don't care, I'm in a bad mood, I just want to go home. I did it like twice. I cut 2 people off. Like, I was a horrible driver, depressed, came home, was depressed. I even had a conversation for the first time with my husband, saying that the reason why I was so depressed is because I think I know that the time is coming, that it's almost up. So I just wanted this so bad, even though I'm scared, you know. I was like starting to feel depressed about, like, it finally hit me, like, this may not happen. I may never have a child again, because once he goes back on meds, that was it. We wanted him to be healthy. It wasn't meant for us, yada yada. We didn't want to try doing other outside things like fertility treatments or the Clomid or the IUI. We didn't really want to do any of that. We thought about it, we talked about it, but, you know, we felt like it was meant to be. It's going to be meant to be. It's already going to be hard enough as it is in his condition to take care of a child. Anyway, so I was super depressed. I had this conversation with him, and then I went to the bathroom. I was like, I'm just going to test again. I mean, I bought all of these tests because I remember I thought I was pregnant. That day I felt the pulling and the peeing. I thought I was pregnant. So I went to the 99-cent store and I bought like 5 tests. I've never ever done this. I never test this early, one, and I never buy more than 2 at a time. Like, I bought 5. I knew I was pregnant. Why is it negative? So I tested, and then I came back upstairs, I think, to talk to my husband, and I'm not sure what time had passed. Maybe, I think it was 5 minutes, and then I remembered, oh my gosh, I tested. I didn't even wait for it. I had been recording them. This was the only one that I did not record because I wanted to get the live positive. Of course, the time I don't record the whole time and watch it, I run back down 5 minutes later, and there was something there, like a faint something. I got so excited, I actually started shaking, and that's when I grabbed my camera. I was like, I have to record this. I can't believe I missed it, da-da-da-da. So I recorded it, and that's when I finally got my faint. And then I ended up telling everybody, and I've been testing. I don't test anymore, but like for up to, I think it was 10 days past, all the way to 13, and you can see the progression or something like that. And then recently I just did digital, and we got the pregnant 1 to 2 weeks. And basically what that meant, I was reading on all the websites, is the doctors will base it on your last period. And mine was October 26th. So basically that means I'm 4 weeks right now. And that's kind of weird because technically I know when I ovulated, so really I'm only, 1 to 2, but whatever, that's fine. And so I just wanted to say, since yes, I am pregnant, I know I am, we know it's still very early, anything can happen, we're just trying to stay positive about it. And since this is probably going to be my only pregnancy, I really wanted to remember it. I wanted to enjoy it. I wanted to record it, mainly for myself, but for others who want to see, that's fine. With the symptoms and stuff, it's kind of fun to see how everybody's a little bit different. So for me, what pregnancy means for me at 4 weeks is, the main one is just going to the bathroom all the time. I went before I started recording this, and now I feel like I have to go again already, and I'm not really drinking more than usual. So that's weird. I'm pretty much always hungry. But that's normal usually for me. I'm usually a hungry person. I love food, but I'm also hypoglycemic, so maybe that makes it worse because, like, I'm always, like, when I'm hungry, I have to eat. Like, I have to eat right now. Like, I get so to the point of starving almost. So there's that, and then super, super, super tender, sore boobs. Like, so sore. They are incredibly sore. I feel like I want to wear a bra all the time. Usually I'm one to I usually sleep without, and when I get home from work, I like take it off, but they're so sore I can't even let Josh even go near them. I feel horrible and sad, but they hurt almost to the point of crying at night, and it's weird because I usually get some slight cramping or pressure in my uterus area, and then the sore boobs at night. When I wake up, they're not as sore. They're sore, not as sore, so it's weird that I have most of my symptoms at night, and all the symptoms were originally on the left side. That's kind of weird. And also, the only thing I've noticed with food, I'm not getting any nausea anymore, nothing really I only had that one slightness, well, one day I don't have any of that. And the only thing that I've noticed is usually I eat cereal every day, and always the same cereal. It's either Raisin Bran or the oatmeal squares. That's it. So now when I eat the oatmeal squares or Raisin Bran, it doesn't taste good, and like I have to like force myself to like actually swallow. Like it was weird, like I have to force it down. But my favorite thing is actually just to eat like eggs and hash browns and toast, all that good healthy stuff in the morning. So I've actually been waking up a little earlier so I can try to do that. I'm trying to take care of myself at work now. I definitely eat and go to the bathroom, whereas before I didn't. It's like I changed completely, because usually I'm all about work, gotta produce, got to see patients, all of that. I would get so upset when patients canceled, but now I'm just like, whatever. I'm pregnant, everything's cool, everything's great. I don't care, I just want to go and like read baby books all day. So it's like I've changed completely, but that's cool. So one of the apps was saying that right now my size at 4 weeks is like a poppy seed, which is pretty cool. And it's really like interesting, like how much is going on like just at 4 weeks right now. They said that basically the cells are differentiating right now into organs already, and I think that's so cool. Like I'm making organs, like that's really cool. It's heartwarming. Never thought I would be one of those people, but that was really cool. We know it's still soon. We have not told my parents yet. I plan on telling them Christmas. I just want to do something simple. I think I'm just going to like buy like a grandparent frame or something, like, oh, best grandparent or something like that. My dad's never had any grandkids like of his own. I'm his only daughter, so that's a big thing. And I was gonna put like in the frame like due August 2nd, 2015 or whatever. According to the apps, that's what it was saying, was August 2nd or 3rd, so somewhere around there. But we thought that would be really cool. Because it's so soon, I did not want to tell a lot of people, because, I mean, definitely there is a chance of miscarry, I know that. It's hard at work, everybody knows, because I'm a hygienist. I have to wear like a special lead apron at work, so, I mean, I didn't necessarily tell everybody, but like the people that I did tell, they were all excited. But then the people I didn't tell, I'm like walking around with this apron and I'm taking x-rays. They're like, is there something that you want to tell me? I'm like, no, not really. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm kind of pregnant, can't hide it. So people at work know, so if I did, happen to miscarry, that would be sad. Also, me and a coworker, we have both been trying to get pregnant. She's been trying to get pregnant, I think, maybe a year and a half, so she's been doing it longer than me. She did get pregnant, and then she miscarried, so that was sad. And then she got pregnant. She's like literally 1 week ahead of me. So we are both, I'm like 4 weeks, she's like 5 weeks, so it's very exciting. But knock on wood, if anything were bad to happen to either one of us, it will be hard, because like I'll see her developing and I'll be like, that's where I would have been, or vice versa. So I mean, it's kind of sad, but I'm just trying to stay positive, trying to like put that in the back of my mind, like you don't need to think about those negative things. I feel like it's meant to be and that it should happen, but I also accept that it's not in my control, and I just gotta stay positive. And I'm pregnant today, so I'm happy today. So that's what we're going with. And also, with me and my husband, we don't really care if it's a girl or a boy, which I think is good, because we plan on only having one child only. My husband is sick, even with the medication. He is the one who's going to stay home and watch the child while I go back to work, because he cannot work because of his disease. So that is going to be hard for him. We don't know if he can do it. We're going to try and find out. And if not, we'll have to do daycare. But we definitely don't care if it's a boy or a girl. We do have girl names picked out, no boy names really. So hopefully, just based on that, if it's a girl, cool, we already got names. But I'll probably talk about the names at a different post. But thank you so much for watching, and feel free to leave any comments or likes. Also, I will be posting more videos, so subscribe if you like what you saw, so you can see the upcoming videos and my progress. Oh, I also wanted to show my belly, but there's not much to show. I normally do have a little bit of a bump, because that's just me, but this is how I am right now. There's a little something there. I'm a little bit more bloated, but you can see here. a little bit of a bump, but that's just bloating. And normally that's how it is. But anyway, thank you.